Da 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 ba da ba da 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 da. Oh, I didn't see you there. Welcome to Corran in the Morning. It is Saturday afternoon, so that means it's time for Corran in the Morning. So doing another Monday morning Corranterbackin because it's Saturday afternoon, so that's the perfect time to do a little bit of Monday morning Corranterbackin. Game that I played while I was watching Step by Step, which is a sitcom from the early 90s that is incredibly average and was exactly what I needed to help me get through the week. I think my volume is clipping a little bit. Okay, that's a little better. I do not edit these Monday morning Corranterbackin because, it's a perfect hindsight is 2020 and all that. Game versus Advocate. As promised, I am playing a different deck. 0 Hour. This is card for card Charlie Arlinson's build from Nationals 2023. And quite frankly, has done pretty well for me. It is the version that I played at in Columbus about a month ago now, I guess. And I got a win in against Brian Fred. I did lose twice in Pittsburgh with it, but stuff's gonna happen. Yeah. Okay, so he is playing Agents of the Black Sun with Jabba's Palace locations, which is wild. And this game is a bunch of crazy stuff happens in this game. So he Ellis's over to my 1-3, which honestly that had never occurred to me that was like a thing you could do. So that's cool. It does still cost extra to move because he drew the 1 for Destiny and had to pay 3. Apologies for any background noise. It's very hot, and unfortunately, my computer lives next to the air conditioner. So, sometimes I turn up the temperature and in order to record this stuff, if it's too loud or whatever. But today it's too hot, so it's probably cycling in and out. You probably won't hear it. Literally anytime somebody apologizes for background noise on a podcast, I can never hear it. So we got Hera and Wedge out on the system, turn 1. That's always good. Did not love losing 3 force here. 3 force is a lot. And actually 4 force because of his objective. I don't know if this is a good matchup or a bad matchup. I know that Shizor can be a little bit complicated against 0 Hour because you do have some scrubs in your deck. But there's there's 3 Jedi and Anakin and Ezra. Between all that, you generally can get to 6 ability. I don't think that's a huge thing. And also the one site where you draw if unable to otherwise. Is it Tarkin Town? Well, Tarkin Town lets Sabine or Zeb draw if unable to otherwise, so they're good there. Also, in most of the games that I've played, I've not gotten Kanan out. Kanan's drawing a card from the top of the used pile is really good. I'm sure that I am far from the first person to say this. Just in case you're somebody that doesn't know 0 Hour super well, it's the deck from the Rebels show, and you get to add to destinies, and you get to add to your battle destinies or subtract from their battle destinies, and get some big force strains once you're flipped. It's based on having Phoenix Squadron characters, which is basically the cast of Rebels. You know, Ezra, Hera, Kanan, Zeb, Sabine, and Chopper. So here I was able to add 3 to my battle destiny, so he can't just lose Greedo there, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, you can either add or subtract X to one battle destiny, based on the number of battlegrounds your Phoenix Squadron characters occupy. So that's something I'm kind of figuring out, like whether you usually want to add or usually want to subtract. It seems like I'm adding more often than I thought I would. Just because usually you're losing one character. If they're drawing one battle destiny, you're losing one character to that battle destiny, regardless. Okay, this is not the best moment here, but I've got dodges. He's doom stacking at his 2 sites there. So we try to dodge away. I think I didn't realize that that Zeb would draw if unable to otherwise. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have dodged there. Especially because the other site's pretty scary. So at this point in the game, I'm watching an episode of Step by Step where the family is trying to join a country club, and they are liking it, and everybody's being nice to them. But then you find out at the end that they were just using Frank, who's the dad in the family, to be to win their golf competition. And yeah. So yeah, very, very stereotypical, sitcom, but surprisingly entertaining. So I think we added to the destiny there and cleared him, which was pretty nice. But as you can see, I have 10 cards in Lost Pile, and he has 2 cards in Lost Pile, so not my favorite thing. So I think I was kind of counting on him. Was that a Twi'lek Advisor non-V? That is a Twi'lek Advisor non-V. So, he must have been... I know that he has a version of this deck that starts... Presence of the Force on the Coruscant site. I wonder if he does an alt start against 0 Hour because he knows that he wants to go to the 3-1. Up to 14 cards in Lost Pile versus his 3 with very few cards in hand. But here's the thing. Freaking 0 Hour activates so many force. So, he's got two guys there. I can comfortably just deploy everybody against him and still have enough cards to refill my hand, I think. I forget if I deploy. Yeah, so we even deploy Anakin there. And I'm still going to be able to draw 2 cards at the end and a turn. Not like a crazy amount of cards, but I'm able to kind of stabilize here. Chopper blanks Jango Fett's text, which is really key because he would be otherwise drawing 2 Battle Destiny. And then I hit Shizor. So now he's lost 2 copies of Shizor, which is pretty good for me. Draw a 6 and add 2 to it. Or no, I didn't add to it. I think I was going to subtract from his, kind of thinking that there might be a chance that he would, draw. Like I think I knew that I would clear him here, and subtracting, obviously you end up with the same difference. And this way, like, there was a chance that maybe he would draw like a 2 or less and everything, which didn't happen, but get a couple more characters. So here I'm feeling pretty good. I just cleared him and did some extra damage. So now we're at 15 to 12 in Lost Pile. He's setting up on Tatooine. And Presence of the Force. And I know that I was only half paying attention to this game at this point because I was thinking that was a drain of 3 that he was setting up with Presence of the Force. So this is an awkward situation. Hera only adds a Battle Destiny when she's with an Imperial. Or if she's with 2 rebels, and a lot of times Hera is sitting there with one other pilot at the system, one other rebel, and so here I get my little bit of an extra drain, get 3 in. So basically, if I'm gonna send Hera after the Falene's Fist, then I basically need to I basically need to put a 3rd pilot or a 3rd character on there. So again, here I'm feeling pretty good. I think like I said, I think I was thinking that I was going to lose more force. And that's why I sent Hera over there. Yeah, not ideal if I'm going to send her over there. Not sure why I didn't deploy Cassian to the ship. Maybe I didn't realize that she wasn't getting the extra destiny. Or maybe I just figured... I think part of me figured, like, he's lost a bunch of characters and he's drawn really high destinies all game, so he probably only has a finite number of characters kind of left at this point. But he is still, but now we're trading damage and he is doing a lot. Well, not a lot. I guess he's only doing like 3 a turn here, but imagine if that was a force drain of 3. Well, that's why I put out Ultimatum, because I thought it was a drain of 3. So now he's filling up his hand. He draws a huge hand, but he did not battle me. Like I said, I think he probably only has so many characters that he could spare in space. He's probably not going to blow me out. That's probably his only ship. So now we get draining him for 5. Which, I don't know, like, I have some major board control here, but I was still I was still not feeling 100%. Play the Admiral's Order. And then just another Worm Body, so I get my 2 destinies. Because he's immune less than 8. Also, Greedo reacts to the ship. So he's got some forfeit fodder on there. Oh, man. I'm going to draw a 0. Just enough to crack his immunity. Probably should have... Well, I don't know. Probably could have activated 1 less and searched for the site, but... You know, it is what it is. So just enough to get rid of his... So he gets Leia, and I clear the characters off of his ship. But he's got 9 cards in hand here. So play it safe. Grabbed his Sith Fury because it's late enough in the game that you just... And I had the Force active. May as well grab something. But yeah, running real low on Force here. Han Chewing and the Falcon really good in this deck. Just because you're adding to your battle destinies with it. I mean, Han Chewing the Falcon is good in any deck. But in particular, I think he's real good in this deck. Yeah, all this ping damage. Really scary. And then he plays Scum. Finally gets his Scum out, gets his Jabba's Haven out. He's got 9 or 7 cards in hand and 14 cards active. I was quite scared at this point. 2 5s to draw for Destiny. So we got some retrieval in. Scum retrieval is real good. I really thought about dodging there. But I'm able to subtract from his destiny so he doesn't crack my immunity. So that's pretty huge. And draw a 4. So I win the battle and don't lose anybody. Not too bad. He just, you know, he netted 1 card there. At some point, I probably could have used Walkling to retrieve. I don't know why I dodged away. I guess it would have killed Kanan. Is why I dodged away. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Probably could have traded and then just deployed Rey next turn. But I was focused on deploying Han Chewing the Falcon, I think. And clearing him in space. So he's got Dengar there in front of my stack of dudes, so I know he's got a Gick. So I make sure that I have enough to draw both destinies for Han Chewing the Falcon and to draw destiny here. I really, really wanted to swing with Obi-Wan, but I just know he has the Gick. Yep, there's the Gick. And there's my Power Destiny. So he's down by quite a bit. And I think he concedes here. Moving Kanan back in front of Django seems questionable. Okay, so he doesn't concede. So he plays Greedo, but he doesn't get... Yeah, definitely shouldn't have moved Kanan in front of Django there, but yeah, whatever. It was too little, too late. But yeah, he doesn't get 2 destinies because of my Admiral's Order. That Admiral's Order is insane. And yeah, he concedes here. I think he was just probably trying to make sure something didn't blow out or whatever, you know, just trying to play it out. Anyway, so that's another game. I thought this was a really interesting matchup. Again, not sure how it compares with other AOBS decks since it's a weird AOBS Scum build. But frankly, 0 Hour is really powerful, and it's one of those decks that occasionally I'll play and I'm like, oh, I can totally see how this deck is crazy powerful. Like, it's I don't want to say it plays itself because you definitely have to worry about your, you know, where you're moving your guys and everything. And it's not just about deploying and winning battles, but sometimes it is. And they kind of have to battle you and you get the bonuses. It's a fun little deck. Very thematic. Players Committee really batted it out of the park with this one. All right. We'll see you next time. Good luck. Have fun and no reverts.